Hello, guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is Alex. We're gonna have a different kind of video today because after I did the video with what happened to Jerome when he will go or if we'll go to AGT, what Simon Cowell will do. I mean that video has I don't know how many hundreds of comments, and there are some good ones, mean ones. It's a mix, and just wanted to make a video because I guess it's getting really closer that Jerome will be on AGT. And like I said in other videos, it's not going to AGT because I want him to win. He already won for me. I want him to go there because it's a ramp for people to see. But I just wanted to break down a little bit all these things that happened over there in that video. I'm gonna leave it at the end of the video. It has like more than 200,000 views, but there were a lot of mistakes or what people think, and I just wanted to break down at least my point of view. So if you want to stick over here, I will be really, really glad, and maybe to know what you think down below, of course. If you're new on the channel, a lot of reactions with Jerome here, and yeah, you know, in I mean, not only in all these contests, if you want to, talent shows. Okay, that's the word. There is a lot of controversy the world has been avoiding for decades, in my point of view. A conversation that never makes it into the headlines, never shows up on TV interviews, and it's never spoken like it should be, in my point of view, um, or not spoken out loud by people who have the power to change things. But it lives online. It lives in communities, in comment section, in reaction videos like mine, in a lot of fan communities like yours, and especially in the hearts of millions of Filipinos that we know how they are with music, no? How you are guys with music around the world. It's a question that refuse to die because the truth behind is too big. Think about that. Too big, too uncomfortable, and maybe too real. And why do Filipino people with some some of the strongest and most emotional voice on the planet struggle to win a global talent competition? And I know you're gonna say, yeah, Jessica Sanchez won AGT. I know. On my other channel, Alex and channel, I have a reaction when she got the golden buzzer. So at the beginning, and I said she's going to win. But I'm not talking about Filipino descendant. I'm talking about somebody from Philippines who goes to to AGT and just take the stage and win the show. This is what I'm talking about. So that's why on the other video they were no, it's not true because Jessica Sanchez won. Yes, she was amazing. But I'm talking about, like I was saying, somebody who comes from the Philippines and just win. And yeah, going back to what I wanted to say is they struggle to win this global talent competition, whatever you want to call it, British Got Talent or The Voice or X Factor. And why does the world cheer for them, but on the other side there were some people over there that don't? Why do they go viral on YouTube but get stopped before the final step? Why do they get, how should I say it, dominate the karaoke machines, hotel stage, cruise ship, churches, bar, malls that I have reaction on my channel, festivals, and go viral videos online, yet the global entertainment industry acts like, they're too much to handle? You can call it like that. Well, this is what I'm trying to do in this video of today. We are not going to whisper the answer. We're going to speak it clearly, in my point of view, and maybe you'll agree with me, maybe not, I don't know. Because behind the lights, behind the stage, behind the applause, and the smiles, of course, there is this system, a pattern, a business machine that many pretend that doesn't exist. But the Filipino people know, and The unspoken rule of global talent show. This is what I'm want to start with, and start with the truth that nobody in TV will ever admit. The talent shows are not competition; they are business. They are business products designed to maximum profit. They will tell you stories like, I mean, they sell drama, they sell emotion, they sell moments that go viral, and um, whenever something it's threatening that structure of the show, whatever whenever a contest, it's somebody who participate, it's too good, too unpredictable, too powerful, the entire system becomes nervous. And here lies the problem with the Filipino singers that are not built for the structures of these shows. They break the structure. They overpower it because they don't come with a story that the producer can control. Their story is in their voices. Raw, real, unfiltered, too real for the script, the drama that the TV needs. Filipinos don't perform for attention. They perform from the heart. At least in all my reaction videos that I've done till now, this is what I understand. This is what I felt. This is what I saw. Um, you know, really, you can, not only Jerome, a lot of other singers, Ruel Carino, yeah, a lot. Even the guys from the karaoke, drunk karaoke, whatever it's called. And they are really singing from the heart, from the struggle, from the sacrifice, from the culture. And the TV producer don't know how to handle that. This is what I think. The industry fears, what if a Filipino that comes from Philippines actually wins? Let's imagine something that most people don't think about. What will happen if a Filipino singer, doesn't matter who, a truly world-class Filipino vocal powerhouse, like in my point of view, Jerome, actually won AGT, or I don't know, The Voice? It will change the entire future of the show because suddenly the bar of what winning means becomes impossibly high. Future contestants would be compared to them. Judges will lose control over the narrative. The show becomes less entertainment, more about, it will become more about raw vocal skills. And for the producer, in my point of view, that is not good. And maybe you're asking why. Because talent show don't want the best singer to win. They want the most marketable, uh, singer to win. Somebody that they can package, sell, and sharp. Somebody or someone who fits the brand. Somebody who can be controlled by the label behind the show. And Filipinos, they don't fit that mold. Their talent is too explosive, too emotional, too unpredictable, and worst of all, for the producer, in my point of view, it's too independent. You can't package the Filipino soul into a record label. You can't limit it. You can't script it. You can't put it in a box. And the industry hates that. Hates what it can't not control. And talking about the other video that I did, talking about Simon Cowell, that it's the face of the machine. Because Simon Cowell, it's intelligent. He's experienced, a pioneer in talent show all over the world. But he's also, in my point of view, a gatekeeper for certain kind of entertainment. A world where everything is controlled, calculated, and manipulated for profit. And he knows something very clearly. If Filipinos dominate the stage, the show will lose control. He knows that Filipino voices breaks the rule of the so-called format. Too strong for the for the other competitors, too emotional to fit in the script episode, too unpredictable to be controlled, too powerful to compare with other acts. That's why year after year, Simon will keep hidden. I don't know what other word to use. Filipino singers, but never, he will let participate to the show, but never let them go all the way because it's too big, it's too much, not enough control. There are, excuses, but the truth is simpler. A Filipino singer would break the system, and Simon, it's not ready for that. Because the Filipino vocal DNA, let's call it like that, now, it's. Let's talk about something essential. Filipino don't learn to sing in studios. They learn to sing in life. The vocals comes from overseas work, sacrifice, separation for family, hard childhood struggle, uh, community emotional resilience, and of course talent, and the country, all the alcohol. I don't know everything together, but Filipino voices carrying a story. This is what I experience, at least till now, with all my reaction to the channel, because the Filipino voice isn't a product, it's the truth, a truth that cannot be controlled. And okay, because I started this video talking about Jerome, and if you're watching this video, you probably already know who Jerome is. The voice, the presence, the emotional power, the control, the honesty in his tone, the modesty. Maybe you saw the interview that I had here on the channel. Because Jerome, when he sings, doesn't sing to impress. He sings to connect. He sings with his soul that comes from somewhere deep than technique. From somewhere life had to teach him, not like a vocal coach, but life itself and talent. And like I was saying in the other video, let's imagine now that Jerome goes to AGT, steps out at, on the stage of American Got Talent. He's calm, focused, humble, but inside he carries a storm, like he said on the channel, because he was a lot nervous when he went to the clone. He said that, maybe outside we are, seeing him so calm, but inside he was really, really, really struggling. And yeah, let's imagine that. So he goes on the stage, like I was saying, he carries this storm inside, and the audience see a young Filipino boy with a shy smile, and they had no idea what it's about to happen. Simon looks at him. I'm trying to build this in my mind. Simon looks at him and, with the classical prove yourself or something like that, whatever he's going to say, the music starts. And, when Jerome opened his mouth and the entire theater or whatever it's going to be over there forgets to breathe, because this is what happens when Jerome sings. People forget to breathe, because his voice is not just a voice. At least for me, his voice is a force, a mix of, yes, Elvis soul, Filipino emotion, modern power, and timeless control. A voice that doesn't ask for attention. It commands it. You know, by the second verse, I guess the audience, it's already standing. Maybe a lot of them will cry, their hands are shaking, and even Simon's expression begins to change. Not because he wants to, but because he has no choice. Jerome is not performing, he's transforming the room. And now, let's go a little bit in Simon's mind, what he will really think. Well, here's the truth. Nobody talks about, honestly. If Jerome auditioned for AGT, Simon Cowell, of course, he will be impressed, that's for sure. But also nervous. Because Jerome represents a kind of talent that cannot be controlled, like we are talking, at the beginning of the video. He's too authentic, too emotional, too powerful, too unique to be stopped or predict. And Simon knows one thing: a talent like this could overshadow the entire show from the beginning. This is why Filipino singers always hit the ceiling. Not because they are lacking, absolutely not, but because they are too much for the system. This is the only thing. And why you really see a Filipino winner? Because a Filipino winner changed everything. Everything. And I know Jerome is going to be there at one point. And like I said at the beginning, don't start in the comment, guys. Oh, he doesn't need AGT. I know he doesn't. But it's a ramp. It's for more people to know his talent. This is what we are doing here. Me, my colleagues, other reactors, we're trying, at least I'm trying, I don't know the others, I have to speak for me, to let this talent out there for more people to know about it. And yeah, going back to how the show may go. Simon knows that if this happens, the standard rises and the show, like I was saying, lose control. The narrative becomes centered on pure talent. The audience expects higher quality. The business mold breaks. This is why Filipinos are celebrated. So this is what I think about it. But going back to this machine, I want to call it machine, because the most fear, and one thing that I forgot to mention is this is why they fear the most, that on YouTube, on TikTok, on reaction videos, so viral clips, Filipinos are at the first place. I mean, not because they're Filipinos only, because they have voices that are incredible. Filipinos' talent no longer needs permission. They no longer need Simon, or they no longer need AGT. They no longer need the industry. And like Jerome, it's the perfect example. He doesn't need the stage. He needs him. That's it. And okay, let's go back to our exercise and what will truly happen if Jerome Evardome faced Simon Cowell. The fear, the power, the truth behind the industry that we are going to try to dig up in this different video that I have on the channel. But I think it's worth having this over here for me, for a lot of you out there, just to break it down, like I was saying at the beginning. Jerome is my favorite from the clones, and you already know that. But because he's one of those voices that don't need anybody. Not because he imitates Elvis, because I appreciate Jerome for what Jerome is, or not because he sounds vintage, powerful or iconic, but because he does something that is almost impossible in modern music. He sings with purity, with identity, with the soul that doesn't, with the soul that doesn't belong to the industry. And that is exactly why the industry, like AGT or other, will fear him. Jerome, it's everything the system cannot control. It's um, if you study every winner of AGT, one pattern becomes clear. Young, marketable, easy to shape, easy to package, easy to control, no stronger identity, ready to be transformed by a label. Jerome, it's the complete opposite. He already has his identity, his unique tone, he already has a strong presence, he already has a massive fan base online, he already has emotional depth that cannot be manufactured. He doesn't need the industry. It's the industry that would need him. And that's where the problems begins. Because the machine, the labels, the producer, the judges only invest in artists that they can shape for profit. Jerome, he's not shapeable. He's not predictable. He's not safe. He's real. And nothing scares the television more than real talent. Simon will recognize immediately, I'm sure of it, what Jerome is. And going back to imagine the audition, Simon, okay, he starts singing. Simon hears the name Jerome Evardome. He looks at the paper. He sees that, okay, he's from Philippines. And something inside of him, he already, say, okay. Because Simon know exactly what Filipino singers represent. High emotion delivery, powerful, insane pitch accuracy, natural vibrato, pure soul, vocal storytelling. I don't even know how to mention because there are so many. And, because Simon saw hundreds, thousands of singers around the world, but he knows that Filipino vocalists come from a different universe. And yet what makes Jerome different is not his technique. It's something deeper. Jerome doesn't perform as, he wants approval. He performs as if he wants connection. And Simon knows this kind of singers is dangerous because they cannot be manipulated, like I was saying, by the criticism. Also, they cannot be reshaped. They cannot be broken or redirected. Jerome's voice is not a product. It's a statement. And Simon Cowell knows exactly what that means for the show like AGT. If this boy goes far, the entire season becomes only about him. Everything else will be secondary. He becomes the unavoidable center of gravity of the show. And for the show, that is a risk, and a big one. This is what I think, guys. I don't know if you agree with me or not, but let's call it a thought that in all these months I had, because Simon will never admit that Jerome Stone, it's a natural gift. Will never say it's uh, a timber that feels timeless. But there is a secret in the industry that, again, nobody, I guess, is talking about. When a modern artist sounds as an iconic legend, the industry, like this shows, become terrified. And maybe you were gonna ask why? Because legends cannot be improved. They can only be updated. They cannot be controlled. If Jerome walks on AGT and delivers the same, let's talk about Jailhouse Rock performance that he did on 3 December on that museum music, right? That I have the reaction on the channel. The effect will be explosive. The crowd will scream, the judges will be shocked, the audience standing halfway through the song, standing ovation, the internet will explode. And Simon's biggest fear? Jerome would overshadow every other contestant, including the ones that the producer has already chosen to push. You cannot script a voice, guys. Not the one like Jerome's. You cannot plan for it. You cannot hide it. You can only hope that it doesn't appear. But Jerome did appear, and millions of people already noticed. For, reaction channel like mine, or I don't know, in YouTube, TikTok, whatever you wanna call it. And another question that it was in the comments: why Filipinos like Jerome don't win, even when they deserve it? I don't think it's about only nationality. It's about the economics, like I was saying. If a Filipino artist will win AGT or British Got Talent, they cannot be exploited easily. They already have their own community. They already, often they maybe refuse contracts. They are too self-made that they're too independent. That's it. They break the Western narrative. They bring audience that the show cannot control. Filipinos, the workers from overseas, the sacrifice for the families, the grow up, the singing, the intelligence, the DNA. It's too deep for any producer to script. And Jerome is the perfect example, in my point of view. He doesn't not perform for tragedy. He performs for humanity, and the industry does not know what to do with all that. And in the alternative universe, if we can call it like that, if Jerome did AGT, and let's try now to imagine the whole scenario, that he comes, the lights started to dim, the crowd is waiting for Jerome enters, like I was saying. He smiles, he's humble, peaceful, but with a big storm inside of him. And the whole judges and the whole stage are watching him. Simon also will be curious, but mixed with caution. And he's gonna say, whenever you're ready. Jerome starts to sing, and from from the first note, I guess, that hits the air, it's gonna sound like something familiar and new, like a memory returning from the past, but warped in a soulmate for the future. People freeze, Simon shifts, that rare moment when he realizes, and he's gonna say like, okay, this is not normal. And in the mid-song, the audience already standing, people, cheering, others screaming. The internet, like I was saying, YouTube, my channel, of course, will explode. Millions of Filipinos worldwide will unite for Jerome. The Filipino communities, I guess, in the US, in Canada, in Dubai, in Italy, in Spain, in Japan, in UK, sorry, in Australia as well. I know I have people that are watching from Kuwait as well. Will be flooded, and Simon will feel the pressure. Of course he will. Because when the whole nation rise behind a contestant, only one, you cannot stop them. Not anymore. Um, if they want to stop him, they will look like the villain, and that's I guess it's a nightmare for Simon. Um, a contestant that cannot be manipulated, a voice he cannot have the critics, a movement, let's call it like that, he cannot stop. A community he cannot ignore, because Jerome will be unstoppable, with AGT or without. That's for sure. And the real reason, I guess, Simon will block him in the end is not because Jerome it isn't good enough. Because I guess because he will uh, like I was saying, it's too good to control. Um, the it's too good to be, a product. Too good to play by the rules of what nowadays are called entertainment TV. Jerome takes the attention away from the show and brings it back to music. Real music, not all that shit that you can hear right now in radios or whatever. And Simon's empire isn't built on music, it's built on entertainment. It's the best pure singer. If the best pure singer win, the system collapses. And this is why Jerome represents a threat, because Jerome is vocal truth. And truth is something that the entertainment industry doesn't know how to handle. Guys, these are personal thoughts. Maybe you can be agree with me, maybe not, but this is what I think. Freedom of speech, if we can call it like that. And yeah, this is what I think about. And then there is another fact that I want to talk about. Um, Jerome doesn't fit in this. He fit in something bigger, in human connection, authenticity, soul, honesty, humble, emotion, and all these things cannot be manufactured or sold. They can only be felt, which is why the industry fears singers like Jerome. Even if they are, I don't know if they are, but you know. So you're gonna think, okay, Jerome doesn't belong there. So where does he belong? In my point of view, AGT will be only a ramp. But no, he doesn't belong on AGT. He doesn't belong on The Voice or X Factor. Not under Simon Cowell control or other producer or other labels. In my point of view, Jerome belongs to the stage. The stage that the people, the fans, the music believes in him. The world that is, that discovered him without any big brand behind. Jerome is the proof that talent can be raised without permission. That you don't need judges to validate your gift. That the world can recognize a voice even when the system tries to ignore it. Jerome is not another singer. He is the voice that the industry didn't expect that will exist ever again. He is the soul that the machine cannot manufacture. He is the future they cannot stop. And the part that they fear most, that Jerome is rising without any talent show, any big brand, any big production, any big label, without a machine behind of him. Only with the people, only with the hearts, he's rising. Every day, his fan base, on you guys on Facebook, like you are, you have those fan clubs, are growing. Every reaction to my colleagues helps. Every sphere that and music video or video on TikTok or YouTube, it's growing. Every performance increase his legend. He's becoming exactly what the industry is fearing. And being independent, a phenomenon. Okay, they cannot control. This is the word, a phenomenon. And that is why the world is watching him now more than ever. And this is one of the most beautiful things. I know I have a lot of reaction on this channel and on the other channel that I have, Alex and channel. But the only thing that I always try to do is just try to promote him without being a machine, like I was talking about. So I know that Jerome, when he starts singing, or people that are first saw him for the first time, he's a reminder of what music it's supposed to be. A reminder of why people fell in love with singing in the first place. And that is why something, no judges, no producer, no industry, no label, no machine can take ever from him. Let's call him the one who could never be shut down. Because there is a truth that lives in this shadow of every great judge. Can call it like that. The fear of meeting someone who slips past every wall, every filter, every mechanism built to stay in control. And whatever Simon Cowell admits, or admits or not, Jerome is exactly that kind of present. The kind you don't see coming, but once you do, he cannot be unseen anymore. Because everything we said before, in my opinion, is true, but you can have your own opinion. The pressure, the expectation, the instinct to protect a powerful brand, the need to maintain authority, with somebody like Jerome on the stage, that's gone. But we don't care, right? I'm glad that with all these reactions and videos, Jerome will start growing, and I can't wait. He's gonna have a concert on 21 on December. It will be amazing to be there. But yeah, and one other thing, guys, just let's imagine if Jerome really wins AGT. And now for the final in the video, guys, because I already made it too long. I don't know if you guys are still here. I want to talk about a little bit how I tried to imagine how it will be, or how it was for a lot of people hearing Jerome for the first time, and what you feel, because it's the voice that breaks the wall, in my opinion. Because there is that moment, like it was for me when I first reacted, when I first heard him, that were almost mystical, when a voice like his, it doesn't just fill the room, if I can say it like that, with music, but it changes when the sound isn't performing anymore, but it's like a revelation. And that's what Jerome carries inside of him, in my point of view. The kind of undeniable truth that even the coldest of the judges in the world, even the sharpest critic, and even Simon Cowell himself cannot build a wall high enough to block Jerome. People talk about Simon like he's, that's why I was doing this video, because in the comments, like he was immovable mountain. But mountains don't scare voices like Jerome. They echo them. And let's be real, Simon has his own pattern. Yes. He has his own preference. Yes. He builds spots. He has his strategy. He knows what sells. He knows what shocks, and he definitely know what can be controlled and not. But Jerome doesn't fit into any box. And Simon uh, can prepare for it because Jerome sings. When he sings, he doesn't sing to you. He sings through you. This is what I felt. He cuts, right in the place where music isn't judged, but it's felt. That silent, that soft part of a human heart or soul where even a man like, the hardest man stops being critic and becomes just another person listening. And that's the point. Jerome is the kind of talent that resets the room. And like Filipino singers already have, already their reputation, unstoppable, unmatchable, the champions of emotional precision. The world calls them, the best singers in the world. And for me, it is. But, the label, I guess, is missing something important, something that Jerome proves every time he opens his mouth. These artists aren't labels, aren't products. They're carrying a musical heritage so deep, so powerful, so natural that it cannot be replicated anymore or somewhere else. And Jerome is a part of that heritage. But he's not just another chapter. He's a part you underline. And that's why he's so unique. And it doesn't matter if he's going to be on whatever stage. When he's going to be there, he's going to knock the hell out of them. That's for sure. And if he doesn't, go to any AGT, he's going to have his own concerts. And it's going to be another stage for him. The thing that I wanted, because it would have been more easy for a lot of people to be able to know him. That's why I was doing that petition as well on the channel. I don't know if you saw it. If not, I'm gonna leave it here under the video. But it was only for Jerome to be seen much easier and much quicker. For millions of people, not only for Jerome but for people as well, because when you hear him sing, he just fills your heart with joy. If you're sad, if you're happy, it doesn't matter. So this is what I think in all of this story. And Jerome, it's one of a kind, the one that breaks the wall, the one that moves the world, the one that proves once again that Philippines remain the most powerful music force and talent that nobody can deny anymore. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it wasn't too long. And if you like this kind of conversations, maybe you can do more videos like this. Again, you're amazing people. I know you're preparing for Christmas over there. I have some videos on how is the Christmas in the Philippines. Maybe it's too early to say Merry Christmas, but doesn't matter. Merry Christmas to every single one of you over there. Keep supporting Jerome. Share this video. If you want to share this one or other reactors videos, I don't care. Just make Jerome known out there. The people needs to heal in this awful world, honestly, what happens out there. And we need a voice that can give us a hug in hard times. Merry Christmas to you all. And like I always say, till next time, stay safe.